Good evening, everybody. I'm going to do a video today. It's going to be on topics of what happens to a soul when it comes to Earth and to the physical world. There's a lot of theories out there. There's a lot of different viewpoints, but my viewpoint is from my own personal experience. So a long time ago, the physical realms were created. When the physical realms were created, light souls chose to come here to learn. When we chose to come here to learn, our actual souls were torn into two separate parts. So we have a light and dark side. But the difference is that the light and dark side were separated for a time and lived parallel lifetimes of chaos and of light. I think the reason is for learning. The learning of who and what our purpose is on this earth. So we all say, well, how can we accept the dark side? How can we accept lifetimes that were horrific, did horrific things? It's okay for most people to look at the light side and say, hey, wow, I had some pretty cool lifetimes. But the learnings were not quite the same. When you live a lifetime of chaos and darkness, it teaches us our true purpose, our true understanding of what love is. How can we truly understand what love is when we don't know how to be compassionate? What is compassionate? It is the understanding of our actions and what they will cause. So if we do bad things, this is going to have an effect on individuals. So what's the best way of understanding how this affects individuals? Is to live lifetimes where we ourselves do horrific things to people. So we understand how it affects them as well as how it affects us. It's always difficult to look at ourselves as beings of dark and light. How can we actually live with ourselves if we live lifetimes of darkness, of chaos? I like to use the word chaos because darkness itself isn't full of chaos. Light can be chaos as well. Extremism, doing things to better ourselves and don't care how it affects other people. It's a very interesting way, an interesting and difficult topic to talk about. It's so many variables, like it's where do you begin? So you begin at the beginning, where souls chose to come to have a physical experience. I personally seen my soul being torn apart into a light and dark side. I felt it, and it's something that is still in the back of my mind. It's an acceptance of what it is, but how do you live, or how do you forgive yourself for lifetimes of evil, lifetimes of chaos? How do you accept them lifetimes? By understanding that they were done on a purpose that we might never really understand on this earth. A greater understanding, a greater knowledge, a greater love of understanding. These lifetimes taught us to be who we are today, taught us to be compassionate, taught us to be wise. How can you be wise if you never lived anything? Experienced both sides of everything. Wisdom. Wisdom is the lifetimes, every lifetime we ever lived. So the more harder lifetimes you chose, the more wiser you become. The more understanding of love you become, the more compassionate you become. Because you start to see all sides of the coins. How do you truly understand a drug addict if you never were one? How do you understand a priest if you're never a priest? How do you understand murderers if you're never murderers? And so on and so on. And how do you understand why we don't do those things? or why we do those things. Then that is a topic in the lifetimes, a stream of lifetimes of parallel living, of light and dark. Now is the time, I believe, that the dark lifetimes, the chaos lifetimes, are no longer needed. The learning is complete. So we must take those parts of ourselves and bring them back into the light, bring them back into the balance. So how do you bring darkness, the chaos lifetimes into balance? You face them head on. You accept them for what they were. You understand that the horrific things that were done for learning for everyone, because we are all one. We all work together to be one. Do not hate yourself, because you don't understand truly what it is and the things that were done. How can we, as physical beings, truly understand lifetimes of chaos, when now all we want to do is fill the world with love and understanding? So how can we release, bring back the balance, the chaos lifetimes? By allowing your heart to expand, to face the fears, to face the darkness head on, to face the chaos head on, to understand that you are in control of everything. You are in control of everything, every part of your life. Stop blaming other people for their actions. Stop making excuses. Stop being fearful. Stand up to your fears. Share love to the world. Compassion, understanding, wisdom. I was shown many things in my life, and recently Metatron, I was after doing a journey for somebody else, a healing journey. He ended up hitting me with extremely difficult energy. Filled my head with, I felt like your head was going to explode. It was confusing, it was difficult, it was chaotic. And how do you overcome that? I was taught to overcome that specific energy. You can't just put love into it. It doesn't, what do you do? Like a transformation with love, yes. But some energies you can't just transform because they're source energies. So how do you overcome a source energy? Chaos is a source energy. Love is a source energy. So how do we overcome these? How do we go through a lifetime and then get hit head on with chaos? We've already lived many lifetimes of chaos. But how do you free yourself if you get bombarded with chaos energy? Energy that will completely tear your world apart. There's people in the world that are suffering from this specific thing, getting head on with horrible, horrible things that scares them, scares the living daylights out of them. They think they're going crazy. They don't know what to do. Medications don't seem to work, but in some cases they do. I'm not saying don't take medications if you need them. But there's something to this. You have people that will all of a sudden their whole life work will be gone because something happened in their life that scared the crap out of them. That moment in life was a choice. Do you choose to run with fear? Or do you choose to face the fear head on? That is a choice we have to make. Call upon God's help, the angels' help. We do it all the time. We always call upon the help of God and the angels. Well, angels are telling me now, call upon yourself. Call upon the ancient parts of yourself, the lifetimes, the thousands and millions of lifetimes that you lived from the beginning of time. Because we are all part of God. So when we ask God for help, we're actually asking ourselves for help. But the difference is, when you understand and you ask yourself for help, you're speaking to your higher self. You're speaking to your energy, ancient energies that will help and guide you through this lifetime. Call upon the power of your higher self to get you through it. Believe that you're the most powerful thing in the universe, because you are. You are part of God, and God created everything, if that's what you believe. So if you believe God created everything and we're all part of God, what are we afraid of? It is not easy to overcome. I was able to overcome that energy fairly quickly, but not everybody can. But there's nothing wrong with that. You have to keep trying. Do not give up. Activate the power within you. Believe in yourself. Nobody can manipulate you unless you allow them to. Your energy is like, there's so many times people in the world just say, oh, it's God that made me do it, the devil made me do it. John, Mary, they made me do it. My boss made me do it. When are we going to stop blaming everything and everyone else? When we are the ones that can correct ourselves. We know ourselves better than anybody. We ask for angels, we ask for help from angels, for instance. They help us. But how are we ever going to truly heal if we don't take what they're saying to us with open arms, with our hearts wide open? Believe in who we are. That's what they say. Believe in yourself. Why are you always asking for help? Why not ask yourself for help? Ask yourself to remember who you are. Ask yourself to remember the strength within you. Ask yourself and you will be surprised what you find. You will find a part of God in yourself that is infinite, old, massive, powerful energy that can withstand anything, overcome anything. Anything. So when life is fearful, overwhelming, go within yourself. Ask your higher self, yourself, how do I do this? How do I get through this? Ask God to get you to remember how. Have the belief in yourself. Allow your heart to expand throughout the whole universe. Visualize it. Visualize yourself the size of the universe and have the solar system, the galaxy within the palm of your hand. That you are part of God So become the God within yourself. Then everything will change. Your understanding of what life is really about is about life, is about learning, is about finding that you are the power, that you are. We seek out friends, we seek out spiritual teachers, which I do. I help people. I'm a teacher myself. I'm a spiritual journeyer. And you can go to my website, amonrosawakening.com, and you can order service with me. My goal is to get you to be able to basically go forward with your life with you as a master. But you are the best healer you could ever be. I can help you, I can guide you, I can teach you. But unless you grab a hold of the reins, you're never going to soar. When you grab a hold of who you are, when the doors get opened, when the energies get released, you are the master, you're the one that holds everything. What are you going to do? Are you going to reopen the doors again and then sit in the corner and weep? Or are you going to dry your tears and stand up and become the God within all of us, the God within you? God speaks through me, it speaks through you. You want change in the world, so change yourself. You want change in the world, help other people to remember who they are. Not manipulate them throughout their whole lives so you can make a profit. But help them find the truth within themselves. And that will change everything. And everyone around you. Be who you're meant to be. Because you are the master. Not John down the street. Not the spiritual teachers all across the world. The religious teachers. We are teachers, nothing more. You are the master of yourself. We always seek help, which is great because we need it. We want that change. We want to get better. So how do we ever get better? How do we ever remember? How do we do all this stuff? It's like there's so many things going on in your mind. Quiet your mind. Seek the help. But when you hear the truth, you will know it. You will feel it. The truth might make you agitated, annoyed. Then you realize that, wait a second, maybe there's something more to this. Fear. We always hear about fear. What is fear? Fear. What is it? Fear is not accepting you. It's not accepting about what and truly you really are. Fear is running from yourself. Because if you face yourself, you look in the mirror and see yourself for everything that's happening in your life. Look into yourself and say, okay, why is this happening to me? Okay, it's happening because of this, this, and this. So how do I change that? You change the things that you're doing, the things that you're afraid of. You face them head on. You change your diet, you change what you're doing, you change your job, you change your relationship, you change whatever you need to change. Because that is when you're going to truly be free. Is when you realize that you're the one that's trapping yourself, no one else. You are. Thank you very much, everybody. And that's all I'm going to say on this topic. Maybe I'll do, after this video, I'll channel and see what Spirit has to say about this topic as well. Thank you very much, and if you want to do a service with me, you can go to my website, AminRastaAwakening.com. I'm also a professional Northern Light photographer, and you can visit my website at JosephBradleyAuroras.com. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a wonderful day.